Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Kade Friesen of Rockford football. How are you?
Good. How you doing, Casey?
I'm doing well. So I gotta. So how was this? Was a very interesting football season for you personally because I know you only had the chance to play 3 games, and I know season got cut short of an injury. But overall, what was this year like for you?
Definitely weird. I mean, no one wants to get hurt early in the season and ruin the rest of the season, but that's what happened to me, and I had to step into more of a coaching role. I couldn't stay down. I had to get out of the hole that a lot of people go down when you get injured. That's not a good thing to do. You got to keep your head up. So I wanted to help my players and see how far we could go.
I mean, yeah, everybody knows that's easier said than done. And obviously, I know it was at first, I know it was tough, to think the fact that, you're never going to play high school football again and all that stuff. What was the driving force that got you out of it?
Um, I'd say more of that, like it was my identity, I guess. My entire life was just football, so might as well cherish it as long as I could. So I guess that was kind of my driving force is I just have a better future. So it's what I was looking forward to.
Yeah. Okay. So coming into, going into those games, and you got a chance to play in some of the games because, we talked to, I got an opportunity to talk to a kid that didn't even play any high school football his senior year. You did get to play some games that year. What was, throughout your career, I know you've had a lot of big games in high school football. What stands out to you, Cade?
Just the atmosphere. Like the first game was probably the craziest thing I've ever been a part of. That Rockford versus Cast Tech, it was super fun. I love the energy. And I don't know, it's just everything about Rockford football is just awesome.
Yeah. To put it, everybody knows what you guys have done over the past years. Everybody knows what Coach Munger has done when he was at Rockford. What is it like to play for a program that has such a rich history of tradition now, of course, carried on by Coach Cummings, and what is it like to play for such a program like this?
I mean, it's awesome. I mean, we all just feel grateful to be there, grateful to be under a great program, under great names, great coaches, and we all have we get great opportunities out of the school too, and it's awesome.
Yeah. So when you were injured, yeah, of course you kind of stepped into that kind of coaching role when you were you know, because obviously you couldn't play. What did you learn about yourself during that time?
I learned that it's just there's more to life than football. You gotta just keep your head up, and no matter what happens in life, it's God's plan, and that's that.
Yeah. Um, so, you know, let's talk about your playing days and stuff like that. Um, was there any particular just like singular game or moment that stands out to you that you'll remember? Is there something that you'll remember most than anything else? Then this is throughout not just this season, but throughout your high school football career.
Um, I mean, I'd just say growing up with my friends and playing football with them, that was probably just the main best experience I had.
Okay.
Not so much like a game or anything, but just the experience I had at Rockford was great.
Okay. Um, let me ask you this. Like, what does football mean to you?
I mean, it's a lifestyle. You work a year in and year out for it, and you always need a better outcome than the year before. So I guess, that's a driving goal.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go back a few years. Like, when did you know you wanted to continue your football career past high school?
Um, I'd say that's been a goal for a long time. I'd say probably since I was little, I'd always want to play college football.
Yeah. So I know obviously everybody knows, I know everyone you hear all the talk of, the West Side doesn't get all the respect and stuff like that, and you guys get looked over and stuff. But what was the everybody looks at the recruiting process so differently. Like what was yours like? Because it had to be tough, getting film out, talking to coaches, trying to sell yourself, because that's what it's all about, really.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't a lot, honestly, in West Michigan. So my junior year, I went to a lot of Detroit camps. I went to a lot of Rising Stars camps. They helped me a lot. A lot of Rising Stars training camps in Detroit, and there's just great people there, and they know what they're doing. So that was a lot of my off season work was spent in Detroit doing work that a lot of people weren't doing. So
So what was like a typical off like get if you were getting ready for like an upcoming season, what would be like a typical off season for you, just because it's full of camps and trying to get ready to go. It's
hmm
more jam.
yeah, off season should be like just working out constantly. You got to find good camps, but you don't need a lot. You just need exposure camps. Like see how you're really testing yourself with other people, see how you look compared to other people, and just keep grinding. Um, just stay in the weight room, keep eating, get big.
Yeah. For people not familiar with you, what position do you play?
Outside linebacker, defensive end, hybrid.
Were you always primarily a defensive player throughout your football career?
No, actually, I played quarterback all the way up till eighth grade. Then they switched me to running back, and then I was officially an outside linebacker my junior year.
Okay.
So it's been 2 years there, and I love it.
What about linebacker just suited you most? Like, what do you remember when you first were told, like, okay, you're going to play this position. Let's see how you do at it.
My dad always said I had really good vision to see through the backfield, so I just kind of took over the defensive position because that's what my dad was too.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
So, let's before we get into the big college, before we talk about that more, let's get inside your head a little bit, Cade. Like, how do you like mentally, like right before a game, like how do you get your mind in like the right headspace to go out and play a game?
Uh, I like to have quiet, but not everyone likes that. So I just kind of put my headphones in and chill out, drink Gatorade, if I need ibuprofen or something, just mentally lock in, prepare for a big game and an atmosphere that you're not really used to. It's a weekend thing, so you get it once a week, and I liked it.
No. There's only one game. Um,
Exactly.
Inquiring minds must know. What was Cade listening to?
A lot of hardcore like Metallica, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Slipknot,
go ahead.
a little bit of Slipknot. Um, AC/DC for sure. Back in Black.
Have you always been like a heavy metal kind of guy?
Only game days. I usually listen to country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so, I know that, obviously the big news of where you're gonna go. Why don't you tell everybody where you're heading?
Ferris State University.
Um, I think if for people that aren't paying attention or people that are living under a rock, I mean, Ferris State's probably one of, I should say, the top program in Division Two. I mean, they're three out of the four, won three
Yeah.
out of four national championships in Division Two. Um, I mean, have you always rooted for Ferris State growing up?
No, not really. But my brother went to Ferris, so I eventually started rooting for him. And I honestly, when my brother was there, I built a great relationship with those coaches, just as well as he did, because I was always up there with them. I was hanging out with them. I was just feeling the atmosphere, and I really liked it. So,
Okay, can you the first time you went to that college, just maybe I don't know if it was for a camp or for a visit, do you what do you what do you remember about that place? Like first time you ever went there?
first time I ever went there was I don't know. That was probably a long time ago.
Okay. All right, maybe I'll ask a different one.
All right.
So going into, the first time you visited campus, got to meet the
hmm
coaches, what was that like for you?
It was great. they greeted me like it was just felt like family right when you got there. And especially when you're on a visit, you want to see what it feels like and see how they treat you. And they treat you great. So
Okay, so what really when did you like, okay, this is where I want to go.
after I watched them win the national championship,
Okay. I mean, that's like no one ever gets like the perfect situation to fall into your lap, and you did. Did you ever think that when you started playing high school football, you would ever, obviously I know you wanted to continue your college career, but to continue your college career at probably one of, if not the best program in Division Two, um, can you believe that you're actually going to continue at Ferris State?
sometimes yeah, sometimes no. But I know that I worked hard enough to get the outcome that I deserve. So yeah, I can believe it.
So, so what's the rest of this year going to be like, as you kind of, close out your time as a senior, and then of course and of course you got to get ready for your another football season, but this time at the college level. But what are the next few months going to be like as you kind of say goodbye to Rockford, but not goodbye to West Michigan? You're not going far, but
Yeah.
what are the next few months going to be like?
Uh, I'm gonna get surgery next week, so on my knee and rehab from there, get back to where I was, and that's the plan.
Also through, I just forgot about this too. Through the injury that you had, and have colleges still interested in you playing for them. What was that like, after all that you've been through, still have these opportunities there for you to take?
Very grateful, and I'm glad I took one before it was gone.
Yeah.
So I
Um,
think I worked pretty hard, and they noticed that. So
okay. Last thing, what will you miss about high school football just in general?
um, just it's what you grow up wanting, grow up waiting for, and when you get it, it's there, but it can be taken from you pretty quick. So it's a very special thing to I think a lot of football players.
All right. Well, Kate, let's get to know you a little bit. How about that?
All right.
Okay. I know you kind of I know there's a lot of big things, but is there like a memorable play that you remember throughout your high school football career that you were part of?
Uh, yeah, my last game I ever played, I strip sacked the quarterback, and I didn't even know I stripped it, and I was just celebrating.
It's awesome. What's the best play that what's your favorite type of play to make?
Definitely like when they're rolling out, you just chase them from behind and just sack them. That's like optimal.
Okay. All right. I know this is early, but who's going to the Super Bowl in 2 weeks?
Ooh, Chiefs? I got the Chiefs. I don't know. Who's the other team? What do you mean?
Like
I'm not that in the loop with
are your
NFL.
who are your predictions for the Super Bowl? The Chiefs,
Uh,
and you got the
the
Commanders,
Bills? Got the
Eagles.
Bills?
Well, the
Oh,
Bills play the
oh,
Chiefs.
definitely Commanders. Commanders, Chiefs.
Commanders and the Chiefs, and that's your Super Bowl matchup?
Yeah, I mean they beat the Lions. Come on, Lions are unstoppable.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I bet that was. I know. Are you more of a college guy?
Um, yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Who's your favorite team?
Tennessee.
Okay. What kind of 'cause that's you got all these you got everybody that's got their favorite team. What sold you to those guys as the team you rooted for growing up?
I mean, they're just good. They got a big atmosphere, huge stadium, big fan base.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Checkerboard looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but that red you're gonna wear next year. That's gonna look even better on you.
Oh yeah. I'm
Yeah.
excited for that.
Um, what's your just in general go-to place for food?
Um, Pan Express.
Okay. Before a game, is there a song that you listen to before every game?
Yeah. Enter Sandman by Metallica.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got to. It's like as you walk into a stadium, it's like it's how appropriate to hear that blaring.
Yeah.
Okay, last thing, favorite movie.
Holes. It's a pretty old movie. You ever seen it?
Yes,
Movie's good.
that's the movie where the kids go into prison and they have to dig all. Yeah, okay.
Yep. They
Yeah,
like escape and stuff. Yeah.
yeah,
Great movie.
yeah. Man, I'm not that old. I still remember those things. So that came out like 2004, I think, or something like
Yeah.
around there. So, Kate, thank you so much for taking the time to do this, and best of luck at Ferris State, and we'll talk to you soon.
For sure. Thank you. Appreciate it.